Oakley Sports Report. I'm your host, Sean Doherty. As always, it is my pleasure to bring to you, the Bear Cub faithful, all of your Bear Cub sports scores and news. This semester is winding down, and as it does, so does spring sports. It's been a great semester of Bear Cub athletics. The men's swim and dive team wins the state championship. Both your men's and women's basketball teams bringing home the Big 8 championships. The women's tennis team had a great season, finishing 8-2 in conference play. And the golf team has been dominant from day one. And to join me to talk about your Bear Cub golf team is Coach Dave Harrington and team captain Chris Gregus. Guys, thank you very much for joining me today and talking a little bit about the golf team in this season. First off, give us and the fans an update as far as what's happened. Yesterday, you guys played in the NorCal Championship, and
we were at the NorCal Championship in Patterson,
okay.
The regional, and it had approximately 6 to 8 teams there as far as individuals. And we went there. We played 36 holes,
okay.
And towards the end, we were very fortunate, and they played well. And we finished second.
So what does that do for you guys in the program now? This was the final before the qualifier before the state championship.
This is a change this year. Normally they take the top 4 from the north and 4 from the south as far as the state championship. But I think a lot of that may have to do with cost and so on. That now it's down to the top 2 from the north and the top 2 from the south. And
okay.
We'll be meeting and competing with them next Monday down at Santa Maria Golf and Country Club.
And do you know who you guys are slated to match up against from the south?
We're going to be playing College of the Canyon and College of the Desert.
Okay.
And then from the north will be Chabot College as well as ourselves.
Chabot made it as well. All right,
right.
Excellent. And for you, Coach Harrington, what's been the biggest surprise of this season?
You know, it's the consistency of the play. In the past, you have we usually have 10 players on the team. We take our top 6 when we compete. Usually our 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are some consistency. And then number 5 and 6 may shoot a little higher than normal. But this year, all 6 of them, even though they're ranked 1 through 6, they all shoot the same. And when you have a team, they all play at the same level, you do a lot of winning with that.
Excellent, excellent. The team had a number of winning streaks this year. After a second place finish at the Stanford tournament, you guys went on to win the next 3. Then to open up March, you won 5 straight matches, and then finally winning the final Big 8 tournaments that you guys were involved in. And like you had said, consistency it seems to be a big part of the team's success. How do you get these guys mentally prepared to go into these tournaments?
You know, that's a good question because they're all different and they all react different. When it comes practice, I'm going to go back in the past. I used to make sure that everybody does A, B, and C to make sure this all gets done each day. But now these guys, and especially last year and this year, they're not that way. They have their own little program that they want to go by. And I don't change that. And when they're shooting the numbers that they shoot, why should I change it?
Right,
you see?
right.
And they're all different. Some people are very serious when they're playing. I got guys that are sit there and laughing and joking while they're practicing, and that's their way. And as long as they're winning, I'm not going to touch them.
That seems to be a great
the way it works.
seems to be a great way of coaching.
That's right.
Outside of which of your players has been the biggest surprise this year?
Biggest surprise. They're all about the same. I don't know. Who would you think would?
Oh man, they're like you said, they're all different. So it's kind of there's a different surprise in each person. I've known all these guys, through junior and high school tournaments, and coming up here. So personally, to me, I think there's a guy on our team, Pat Steiner. He tried out last year and he didn't crack the top 6, but he worked on his game all year. And he came back this year, and he's been a dominant force in our league. He was top 10 in scoring average, and yesterday he took, 5th or 6th maybe individually, shooting 71 the second round, which was incredible for us because it gave us such an advantage to move on to the state championship.
Excellent.
And yesterday's round, they take the top 6 of all the play, which is considered the all NorCal team.
Okay.
And we had 2 of them, Brendan Warner and Patrick Steiner, both made that team.
That's got to make you as a coach feel very
Well, it does, and they
rewarded.
both made the Big 8 conference team itself, and now they've made the All NorCal. So now we have the state coming up, and we'll see how well they do down there as well.
Okay, and right now you guys are the reigning Big 8 champions, correct?
Mhm.
And how does that feel to have that banner underneath your on kind of on your belt, so to speak?
I like it.
Hopefully we don't lose it this time.
That's right. Yeah.
Chris, I wanted to ask you, give me a rundown of your day. What do you do when you're going in to play one of these tournaments? What do you do to get yourself prepared?
I've been having a constant practice schedule. I've developed in the past couple of years that I've been really focusing on my game. I've gone through several swing changes, so I'm always constantly trying to figure out how do I hit the ball the best today.
Mm-hmm.
Because golf, you can't expect to play well every day. So if there's something wrong, you got to focus in on, okay, how do I make this good? So if everything's going good, but there's one asset of my game that's not, coming up to par, then that's what I'll focus on the most. Let's say putting or driving off the tee. So every tournament's going to be different. So I'm always going to focus in on something that needs the most improvement so I can play the best.
Excellent. What I wanted to ask you for kind of my my own personal satisfaction here. What clubs do you use? What do you have in your bag?
I have all ping.
All ping.
My dad, my first set was these old ping irons that he used to play when he was young. So I'm guessing in his 30s. So, but he gave me those, and I've always liked ping. I've always liked their feel, and I just bought a brand new set of irons through the team, and they've been working great for me all season.
Excellent. What is your favorite? What's your favorite club to hit? Are you a driver guy? You like your 3-wood putter? What do you like to go with?
I'm actually probably the shortest distance-wise person on the team driving off the tee, but I would have to say maybe one of the most accurate. But I think my favorite club in the bag is actually my putter. I'm the type of guy who always is looking for the best putter. But recently I just picked out a putter that worked best for me. And all this season, the reason I've been shooting consistently good is with putting. So that's got to be my favorite.
It definitely, you talk to anybody who's ever played the game of golf, putting either makes or breaks your game.
Mm-hmm.
You can get to the green in 3, but if you can't get it in and without nice easy putt, then it doesn't matter. Your day can.
It can create a demon for sure.
What team has been what team's been your best competition out of the Big 8 this year?
The last couple of years, Folsom Lake College, up in the Sacramento area,
Yeah.
they've been doing very well, and they're strong. They got some great players, and I kind of like it because each time we go to a tournament, you don't want to be well ahead of everybody as far as your skill and not have to put the pressure out there and play. You need a little pressure once in a while, and when Folsom shows up, we like it. All right, and it's close. It's close, but we've been very fortunate this year that we've beat them. I'd say
3/4 of the time.
yeah, I'd say 75% of the time.
Yeah, I've noticed FLC up in the scoring a lot.
Mhm.
Usually right behind you guys, which is
That's
good.
right.
But that I've seen their name quite a bit in
Mhm.
in the standings, and Diablo Valley I think tends to be do they tend to be a decent team as well?
Well, I don't know if Diablo Valley doesn't have a team.
Okay.
It's Delta.
Delta.
Delta
I'm sorry,
College.
Delta.
They have been in the past, but players come here every 2 years. You get a new group coming in,
Right.
and you can't always guarantee what you're going to be getting. But Delta's always been there, and I know they had a coach change. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but they actually won a couple tournaments this year, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So they're there. They're
Yeah.
still good kids, good players.
Out of all the tournaments that you guys have played in and all the Big 8 tournaments, what tournament stands out the most to you and to you, Chris?
That's a hard one.
Boy.
Maybe the one that stands out to me the most would have to be we played this course called YOLO Flyers. And out there, the winds gust 30, 40 mile an hour. So you don't know what to expect. If the hole plays downwind, it's easy, to hit a big drive and get it there close. But if it's playing into the wind, you've got 40 mile an hour wind, fairways are narrow. It tests your skills. But But we played practice round there. We got used to the course. It's a much different course than we usually play. And when we got out there, tensions were high because we were so close with Folsom Lake at the time. But we all went out there and we played great golf. I don't think there was a score that could be, taken badly or was, a very high number. And that's the one where I thought that this team could really do it. But I saw that everyone was cool, collective, and just thought to myself, this is a great group of guys.
So that tournament obviously was the most, as it sounds, the most challenging for you.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was the most fun for you?
Oh my. I always like going to Stanford actually for our first tournament. You get to see where Tiger used to play, and you get to hear all these stories where you'd say, yeah, you take it out to the right. Tiger used to just go over those trees with his 3-wood on an off day. That's always fun to have. Plus, it also gets to let us see not just our competition, but our competition in the future. So Chabot was there, Reedley was there, a few other teams that were going to be competing with us in the playoffs were going to be there. So it gives us a preview of what we have to expect competition-wise going into NorCals and eventually going to the state championship.
And would that be the most fun for you too, as well? That same environment, that same tournament?
Oh, to me the environment's the same wherever. There's a difference. A lot of times if you're doing any coaching, that's more during practice time. When they're out there playing, I'm just standing off to the side. I can't do a thing for them. I have certain players once in a while I'm allowed to go out and walk with them, talk with them, and some of them just want me out there just to relax a little bit. Some of them ask a couple questions as far as should I be doing this and that. But at this level right now, they know what they want to do. And so I'm just out there watching sometimes.
And Chris, what was your most memorable shot from the season?
Oh my. We were at this course called Swenson Park, and it's not one of our favorite courses, let's just say. It was we have an on-standing joke going about the course, but I was playing and I wasn't doing so well, and just going about my business, and I hit a good tee shot on this par 4, and I get up to the ball and it's probably 110 yards out and the wind's at my back. And so I had just gotten this new wedge and I was thinking, I think I can get it there if I just play a nice shot. And I hit it. I've never hit a wedge this good in my life. It's just going dead at the pin. I'm like, oh good, it'll be nice to have a birdie in there. And it takes one hop, spins back into the cup. And I'm thinking, well, I haven't had an eagle in a while. And that was really good because that changed my whole mindset of the game, where I went and made 3 more birdies after that to shoot even par for the tournament. That will be the outstanding shot of the whole season.
That's got to be an amazing feeling to hit an eagle on a par 4. Would that be what would be your best round then? I mean, that's your best shot. Where did you play the best this year?
The feeling I get when I say best is I had a week off during the season because I got sick and I had to play in a challenge match. I wasn't feeling good, but someone took my spot. So the next tournament I got to play again, and I was feeling a little better, but I didn't know what to expect. And we played a home course out at Oakmont, and I just remember saying, this is your home course. You've played this course all your life. Just go out there and have fun. And I did that. That's all I did, is I had fun. And it showed in my game because it was the best scoring I did all year. I shot a 73 or something. And all I can remember is just having, all these chances for birdies, all these chances, to go really low. And 73 is a good score for the end of the day. But that would be my best round because everything was working when I didn't expect it to. And that's always gratifying in certain occasions.
Who do you, out of the professional golfers that are out there, who's your favorite? Who do you watch? Who do you follow during tournaments?
The guy I like to see most when I'm playing when I'm watching is Bubba Watson. He's this guy from Florida who's never had a swing coach, who's grown up just by reading this famous book called 5 Key Tips to the Golf Swing by Ben Hogan. But you look at him, you watch his swing, and it's completely, I'd say weird is a good way to describe his swing. Unorthodox.
Yes.
I like that because it shows that you don't have to have the textbook swing to be a great golfer. You don't have to go out there and be at this certain angle at the shot, or you don't have to you don't have to hit the ball a certain way so it goes straight. You can do whatever you want. If it feels good, do it. And that's kind of like, I see that as my game because I have an unorthodox game as well. So I look at him and I see inspiration to, do what you do best and don't try and conform if people see you and they say, oh, that might be weird or that might be strange. But if the results say, he's a good golfer, then, you should just go out and be yourself.
Coach, who's your favorite?
Oh, Tiger Woods.
Easy.
Easy. Let's just put it the way he was, and the respect is still there. His play is not quite there right now, but he's always been my guy. I'm talking about many years ago. Of course, I played at Stanford, and I didn't go to school there, but I remember playing in tournaments there. And at that time, Tiger was playing for Stanford at the time, and that brought my memories back a little bit. And I played in a tournament there one year when Tom Watson was a group right ahead of me, and I watched him play. So Stanford, playing that course, and a lot of the guys back in my days, I enjoyed, and of course Tiger's one of those.
Excellent. I kind of want to ask you maybe a difficult question.
Uh-oh.
Where does this team rank? You've coached a lot of teams here at the
I've
JC.
had quite a few.
Where does this current team rank in the line of all these great teams?
It's not fair, is it? I had last year was a good team. Last year and this year, I had a team back in 2002 where we won the Northern California Regional Championship too. So I'm not going to say which one is the best. I'll tell you the year 2002, and of course last year and this year. They're all about the same.
And Chris, what's your plans for the future? Is this your last year here at the JC? Or are you planning on staying for another year, moving on? Where are you going?
I officially transferred to Sonoma State. This is my last year at the JC. I plan on graduating at Sonoma State with a BA in history, and then going on to getting my teaching credential so I can teach high school.
Excellent.
Yeah. And
are you going to play golf for Sonoma State?
That's a toss-up right now because I want to get out in 2 years. But if the coach likes me and I try out and I get on, I'm not going to be complaining at all.
And Coach, I same question for you. Kind of what's next for you? I don't imagine you going anywhere, right? You've been here 30 years,
Yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere. I need to take a break here pretty soon.
Well,
my family and little vacationing here and there, and of course I got my kids and the grandkids and so on, and I may need a break here pretty soon.
Okay.
But hey, right now it's I haven't had as much fun, if you use that term, more than the last couple of years.
Well, it definitely shows, and meeting you guys and talking with you. You guys both seem extremely happy. You love the game, you enjoy the game, and I just want to say thank you guys again for coming on the show and spending a little time with us. Good luck at State. Hopefully we'll be reporting next week about another state championship hanging here at the JC. So
we hope so.
That wouldn't be too bad.
They'll do well.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
There's one sport to get you caught up on. The baseball team opened up their playoff series against Diablo Valley College over the weekend, and unfortunately for our boys, they lost 2 out of 3 to end their season. It was a good run for the Bear Cubs this year. Unfortunately, DVC played just a little better on Saturday to move on to the next round of the playoffs. That's it for this episode of the Oakley Sports Report. I want to thank Coach Dave Harrington and team captain Chris Gregas of your Bear Cub golf team for coming on the show and spending a little time with us today. Join us next week as we'll be welcoming on Athletic Director Jim Forcombe for an interview. Then in 2 weeks, Dr. Frank Jung, the new Santa Rosa Junior College president, will be coming on the show for this show's finale. Thank you once again for joining me, Sean Doherty, your host, and as always, go Bear Cubs.